Hey guys, and welcome back to another absolutely spirited video. My name is Layla, not Leela, not Lila, not Lola, not Delilah. And you already know it's still not Leonard. Welcome back to another episode of the Big Chop Chronicles. And as you guys can tell by the title, I am going to be giving my most humble advice when it comes to getting a big chop and embarking on the big chop journey. I feel like there is somebody out there who is contemplating cutting their hair, and if so, this video is for you. Before we get started, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you never miss when I upload. So if you've been following me for a while, you'd know that I cut my hair back in 2025, and I cut my hair the shortest I have ever cut it in my life, and that would have been my third time cutting my hair. It was one of the best decisions that I made because it taught me to learn my hair. You cannot BS a big chop. You cannot BS the maintenance and time it goes into caring for a big chop. It requires time, patience, and commitment. So I'm just going to be sharing things that I think somebody would need to know. So the first thing I think somebody would need to know is that short hair does not mean less or low maintenance. There's been this common misconception that if you have shorter hair, it's easier to maintain. The amount of times I stood in the mirror crying or on the verge of crying because I couldn't figure out my hair is not talked about enough. I actually had to do more to my hair than I did when it was longer. So just keep that in mind, because a lot of people go into it thinking like, oh, this is gonna be easy, until it's not. And I'm here to tell you it's not easy. It's doable, but it's not easy. Number two, I would suggest having a Pinterest board of styles that you can do on a regular day-to-day basis. So as you guys know, I had the middle part slick down in the front. I just wore it out curly. When it was long enough, I was able to braid it. So like, depending upon how short you cut your hair will determine how limited you are with the styles. And that's not to discourage anyone. That's just to be more realistic of what you're getting into, because cutting your hair and not having like a plan B on what you're gonna do to your hair is kind of like a recipe for a disaster. Pinterest is my best friend when it comes to my natural hair journey, saving hairstyles, products, processes, things I wanna try. Rely on Pinterest, but especially for hairstyles, because I am a visual learner, and when I see other people do things, it makes it easier for me to do it. Number three, the thing I did differently after I did my big chop was I prioritized my scalp health, because your hair grows from your scalp. It does not grow from the ends. And although all components of your hair are important, I feel like a lot of us are now starting to learn that scalp health is where it all begins. Just like everything begins internally before it shows up externally. I do not ignore my scalp when it is speaking to me. So if it's dirty, itchy, or anything like that, I'm addressing those concerns. I'm not ignoring them to keep a protective style in just a little bit longer because I don't want to do my hair. I'm not neglecting my hair because I just don't want to do it. Fungal infections are very real, and I feel like the people that are advertising keeping their braids in for 8 months because dirt grows their hair are misleading the people, because I'm not getting an infection because I'm trying to grow my hair with dirt. Like, I get the theory, like the segue, because dirt, plants, fruit, whatever. Don't ignore it. If you have folliculitis or anything like that, that is your scalp telling you, hey, I don't like what we're doing here, or what we have here is not working. So we need to change it expeditiously before I make you change it expeditiously. Number four, if you are not on your DIY journey of wanting to do every little thing about your hair when you do a big chop, find a trusted natural hairstylist that can show you different hairstyles to do, or that can help you with the maintenance. I would highly suggest, if you know yourself and you know that you need a little help, a little TLC, find somebody that you can have in your back pocket when it's just not one of them days that you feel like doing it. Nothing that you do to your hair is ever going to be less maintenance unless you shave it bald. Find a stylist. They're out there. They're affordable ones. There's people out there with quality work, and there's people out there willing and looking to educate you. You should be going to people who are educating you on your hair, not just collecting your money. If you are trying to learn your hair, rely on those who went to school to do so. Number five, everything about your hair might change. Your hair texture might change, your porosity might change, your density might change. Hair that you were growing before may not be the new hair that you're gonna grow after you chop it off. My hair got a lot looser. That has changed my entire regimen of what I use on my hair. So be prepared to assess those changes and make the necessary changes within your routine as needed. That's not to say that you have to go out and buy new products and whatnot, because you guys know I am on a mission to use only what is in my cabinet and replenishing the essentials, leave-in, shampoo, conditioner, that's it. Number 6, please find confidence in having short hair. There is nothing wrong with short hair, and take it from me, I honestly thought that I was ugly when I did my big chop. I cut my hair, maybe I'm not like all that or whatever, and to be quite honest with you, it made me unlock a new sense of confidence, because confidence comes from within. We see a lot of attractive people, then again, nothing outside of that. It really taught me about people being very superficial and people linking your beauty to how long your hair is. But I'm here to tell you, if you want to cut your hair but you are hesitant because of the perception of it, I say do it. I say do it. But there's nothing wrong with short hair. It does not make you ugly, it does not make you less than, it does not make you less worthy of great hair care. Well, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope these tips that I shared were very helpful to somebody looking to do a big chop but just contemplating whether or not they should do it. Remember, we have been told that our hair does not grow. Our hair grows, we just don't retain length. Sometimes we're not doing what we need to pour into our garden. And that's what a big chop, in my opinion, has taught me. You have to pour into your scalp. You have to pour into your hair. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of the Big Chop Chronicles. Bye.